Trailer Park is back in color.
When I was a kid, and I saw the trailer that was coming to the theater, I was out of my mind with anticipation.
Welcome everybody to the Trailer Park. My name is Dave.
I am the Mike.
And we have a janky setup, but we are back on video.
I keep wanting to look at the TV in front of me because it's more
There's a
focal.
monitor. So if you see us look like this, that means we looked at the monitor.
Yeah. The camera's a little off of...
It's true. We need like a cool intro video too.
Yeah.
Does anybody know Adobe After Effects? Just send me an email. Dave@wampslayer.com. But in any case, this is the Trailer Park. We are the official movie podcast of wampaslayer.com. We are, of course, always... I'm going to lose these. We are, of course, always brought to you by Audible. That's audibletrial.com/wampaslayer. Get yourself a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial. And help us support us. I think we were on last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We are going to record a couple tonight. We probably won't be actually current for a couple weeks because we're going to go see Star Wars.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a marathon to get a hold of. Get through.
This set will be turned into multi-level couches looking at a TV, and it's going to be great watching every Star Wars movie.
Yes.
But we can jump into some news. For some reason, I was actually just thinking about reboots and continuations.
Yeah.
Thinking about Ghostbusters, how things would have been a little bit better if they had said, this is continuing Ghostbusters.
Yeah. I actually like that movie, though.
I mean, it's a cool movie. It's not. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but it was still a fun movie. It wasn't as bad as everybody would tell you.
No, it definitely
lead you
wasn't
to
bad.
believe.
No, it's not bad. Could have been better, but
But Sandra Bullock has said that Ocean's 8 is not a reboot,
it's not. It's actually a continuation in a sense.
which is cool.
She's playing Danny Ocean's sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's
Nice.
an ex-con as well, and
Nice.
she's trying to say, like, point out that this is not just we're rebooting Ocean's 11 to be this. It's called Ocean's 8 to begin with.
Right.
So even if they were rebooting it, you just call it the same thing, right? I mean, Ghostbusters
Right.
wasn't a reboot either, but they just call it the same thing. If you're rebooting a movie, you call it the same thing.
Right.
But she's saying that, especially with the given, I think EW or someone asked her, well, given the backlash behind the Transformers. I mean, that's bad too.
I mean,
behind the Ghostbusters with the all-female cast, they were asking her, well, why aren't they worried? And she's like, well, first of all, like she went to their defense and said they were just given a raw deal from the start.
oh yeah.
No one gave them a chance, and as soon as it got out there,
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just women in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was made as almost like a B comedy, and it was never... Ghostbusters' name shouldn't have been attached to it because that got instant huge attention. But is there... So would you think that there's any hope from original cast members?
Yep, because it says it right here at the end
Look
of
at
the
that.
article. It says, to emphasize that Ocean's 8 is a continuation rather than a reboot, Matt Damon will appear as Linus.
Okay.
So he will be back.
Yeah.
As himself. So clearly, and apparently this is a heist at the Met Gala
Interesting.
in New York. So.
I kind of would like to see all three of them. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and Matt Damon.
Good luck.
Or at least Brad Pitt, because
George
Brad
Clooney-
Pitt's always funny.
George Clooney needs money. I haven't seen him in a while.
No, he's been directing movies.
Oh, yeah.
He just did... What movie did I go to see?
Oh, Suburbicon?
Suburbicon.
Yeah, but I think
He needs to take a break from directing.
I think he'd make more money as an actor than a director, though.
Yeah. Also, just make it a little bit better movie.
Well, true, but if I'm not going to see Star Wars because of Rian Johnson. I've not, oh my God, Rian Johnson's the best ever. I'm going to see Star Wars because it's Star Wars.
It's true. So, yeah, I mean, Ocean's 11, you want to see them. I mean,
who directed Ocean's 11? We don't even know.
I used to know.
But it's not like a big name. It's not like a Scorsese or a Spielberg.
Not a huge name, but it's still pretty good. I just can't remember. But that's exciting. I love the Ocean's movie. I love all three of them.
I didn't like the second one very much.
The second one, I think, was the weakest of the three.
The third one is very good.
The third one is good.
For a third movie in a trilogy,
Yeah.
it's very good.
The third one is good, especially being that it's not... I mean, it is the same thing, but it's not the same thing.
It's not.
The first one, of course, is classic.
No, At this point,
I mean, not to belittle the classic Ocean's 11, but
I didn't. That wasn't my time.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm not a Rat Pack person.
No.
Should I be? I wasn't born in the 50s and the 60s.
but it's exciting, and I mean, we've already discussed on this show the cast list for that movie is insane. So I think it's going to be great.
Oh, speaking of, there's rumor that Anne Hathaway might just be playing herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They're going to do Ocean's 12 on that one.
That's Julia Roberts. Yeah.
Julia Roberts is Julia Roberts.
See, that's part of the reason why I didn't like that one. Plus, I thought the heist wasn't very cool.
I'll agree that the heist wasn't very cool. The Julia Roberts thing I thought was just as funny as probably a stupid in-joke that they came up with.
Yeah.
Like, those movies feel like, and they, to a certain point, are just them making the movies. Like,
that's true.
They just wanted to make those movies. But you brought up Rian Johnson, so let's continue with the Rian Johnson train. So first of all, the press tour for Star Wars The Last Jedi has been uneventful. Unfortunately, they can't talk about any of the movie.
There's a big embargo on all of that stuff.
Like, them going on huge shows is not that great.
They were just on Kimmel recently, right?
Kimmel was funny. Obviously, Kimmel works for the same company that makes Star Wars. So, Kimmel was pretty funny just because he challenged them on that. Like, he made the whole interview about how it was so stupid that they couldn't talk about stuff. So he just kept bringing up random stuff to them. It was really funny. But so many people have been talking to Rian Johnson about his announced trilogy. First of all, nothing about this has been confirmed, other than it's happening. Nothing about that trilogy is
all they have announced is that they've greenlit, in a sense, that Rian Johnson will be working on a new trilogy for Star Wars.
And that it won't focus on the Skywalkers.
No, it's
that was that's also something he said. But there have been heavy rumors that it's going to be a prequel, which in some websites, if you look, it's called Rian Johnson's prequel trilogy. He has not said that. Nobody has said that. But there was a huge uproar from fans that if he was going to make a prequel trilogy, it could be set in the Knights of the Old Republic time, which would be a beautiful thing. There was a really heavy thought that Knights of the Old Republic would have been the trilogy. So it would have been about Revan and Malak and all that, which could make a cool movie. Unfortunately, Ryan has said, Ryan, Ryan?
Yeah, fan of the show.
Yeah, Ryan has said that he is not doing that.
That's a bummer.
He said he understands. He said he loves the game, he loves the story, and he wants to do that. That would be cool, but he says he thinks fans want to see something new, which I agree with him.
At this point, I can just watch the cinematics from all those.
Yeah.
From that and the MMO.
Yeah, BioWare has built a really beautiful world that...
Check it out.
I mean, if you were going to do KOTOR, first of all, the twist is spoiled.
Yeah.
I guess you could do a twist of will Bastila go dark or light, because that was obviously your choice in the game.
Yeah. That's not much of a twist, though, is it?
Not really.
It's just a choice.
It's
twist
true.
is she's a good guy the entire time and then a bad guy, or a bad guy the entire time and then a good guy. That's a twist.
Right.
Yeah, you couldn't, because the game allows you to make those choices.
The only other twist would be that the main character is Revan, which you would find out at some point. But.
Yeah, the story's been told. It would be cool to see it on the big screen, but there's no need for it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting to see them play out with how does Karth, develop? Does he eventually become a Jedi like he can be in the game? Does Bastila fall? What does Revan do with the information? Does he turn, or she, turn evil or good? All that kind of stuff. But he says he wants to see something new. I do too. I don't necessarily want to see something in this current timeline, though.
No, I would be very okay with going back.
Yeah.
Like, even if they just used characters that exist, but didn't, like some of it's, like, stories they've told of, like, Jedi of Tales Past, like, Tot Donetta and Ulic Qel-Droma and all those kind of guys were, like, original Jedi. I got a cool book with one guy, like, riding this, like, creature into battle, swinging his lightsaber at these aliens, like... That stuff's only ever appeared in like EU and book form, and not really in full book form. It'd be kind of cool to see. Fall of the Sith Empire would be pretty cool. Darth Bane stuff would be pretty cool. Anytime, during that timeline when, even if you want to say just before the Republic time or the formation of the Republic, could be a good time. Yeah. Of the New Republic, not. The Old Republic. The Old Republic's old.
He said no.
He said no, indeed.
It's
the problem with that is also, they don't want to do the Skywalker thing, but I would love to see, like, Because I know they're doing like these, anthology films. And there's always been that talk of Sebastian Stan. How he looks like. I would love to see Shadows of the Empire.
Yeah.
That is an amazing story.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So just in the same time that they're starting to flesh out the Dark Times, Han Solo will do that a little bit. It won't be the story of the Dark Times, but it'll take place in that
Shadows
era.
of the Empire takes place between Empire and Jedi.
Right.
It's Luke becoming a Jedi Knight.
Right, and so we're already going to get that. See that we haven't seen either that time or between Jedi and Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens.
Yeah,
that's a 30-year span.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's stuff that you could fit in there.
I mean, obviously,
we got the Boba Fett film coming out. We don't know where that's going to take place.
That's true. Well, obviously will take place before Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, EU. He's alive.
Yeah, he's alive because fans. But speaking of famous Ryans, Ryan Reynolds, you see like that? That was good.
It's just called a segue.
Ryan Reynolds has been tapped to play Detective Pikachu.
No, I'm just.
So it's been talks for a while that a Pikachu movie was coming. I don't remember. Legendary is the studio. I think it's going to be live action with a motion capture Pikachu. So
Andy Serkis, maybe.
I think it's going to be Ryan Reynolds.
I guess he did motion cap for the Deadpool stuff.
But so the story of the movie is going to be, and this is coming hot on the heels of the Emoji Movie being so terrible. But this is a different property. It's going to be about a little girl it's going to be about a girl who somebody's kidnapped. It was difficult to tell. A couple articles were very poorly written. But it was difficult to tell, and she needs help, and she finds Pikachu, who's Pikachu with a detective hat on, and who helps her.
Pikachu?
I'm going to imagine that he's not going to say Pikachu the whole time.
But again, why Pikachu? Why does that have to be the live-action Pikachu movie?
It's like, why does Overwatch give so many Tracer skins? Because it's Tracer.
Right, that's not... but that's a monetization thing, though, too.
Yeah, but that's the logo.
Right,
Pikachu
but why not make it a Pokemon movie, then? Focusing on Pikachu.
I agree. I think or
even if you want to do this, like somehow Pikachu has come out of the game world and into the real world, and he's out there like killing pets and stuff, and they don't know why.
Just make it a straight up horror movie.
I mean, if you got Ryan Reynolds playing him,
there you go. But yeah, I mean, this could just be another run of the mill kids movie. Some people have done well with kids movies recently, though. So
yeah, Pixar and Disney
and Lego did very well with a straight up cash grab. What could have been a straight up cash grab, and it's kind of starting to turn into one. Yeah,
but if
they made a really good.
But if
movie.
they keep making them that well, I don't really care.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I said that Ninjago is starting to slowly fall off your quality edge.
Follow Ninjago.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about movie quality overall.
Well, I think once they make the next Lego movie.
Yeah, hopefully they return back to form.
Well, they need Phil Lord and Chris Miller to do it again.
Yeah, well, our big issue, and just to jump right off topic, the big issue with the Ninjago movie is they stopped doing things like with bricks. Things started to animate differently. The characters had animation, and I'm like, it was so good when people couldn't believe that you didn't do this in stop motion. And when you start to make it CG,
and they clearly look like Legos, and then even in Batman,
Batman, the atmospheric effects were different.
But I mean, there was master building.
Yeah,
and the whole the city looks like it's just built on this, and it's like Lego.
It was still a Lego movie where this Ninjago felt very different. Ninjago may have specifically meant to do that. That's fine, as long as we get to return.
Well, Ninjago was an established even cartoon before this.
Yeah.
So,
but anyways. Detective Pikachu. That's coming out, and Ryan Reynolds is going to be in it, which also makes me think that they might not have a lot of hope in it, so people would go see it for Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, that's
true. That's a thing that happens.
That does happen a lot.
And we'll finish it out with some business talk. Disney and Fox are back on for talks for a purchase. Disney purchasing 21st Century Fox, and it's looking like it probably will happen.
Fox has no reason not to.
No, I mean, as long as the prices are right and, ownership. That would be the only financially, it makes very much sense for both companies. But I mean,
I don't know the
exactly.
nitty-gritty of this
I'm
stuff.
sure that
saying
there's weirdness.
from an overall like a big standpoint. Yeah,
And Rupert Murdoch is a very powerful dude. And Disney's a very powerful company, and when the two clash into each other, you could have an issue.
Rupert Murdoch is also a crazy person, though.
It's true. That's the statement of WampusLair.com.
It is. I mean, probably everyone except him would say that.
That's true. That's kind of how you know. But what was I going to say? I lost it altogether. Oh, but Bob Iger has said that he is going to stay on. If the merger goes through, he plans on staying on past 2019.
Good.
Bob Iger has done great things for Disney. It was first that you couldn't do any worse than the predecessor, who was Michael Eisner, who was terrible for Disney. I mean, not in the short run, but overall. But yeah, he's expanded those theme parks crazily. He's, what's responsible for the MCU.
Yeah,
he's responsible for the Pixar purchase.
Yeah.
Pixar was shopped by Disney, and Michael Eisner said no, and Pixar was going to go do something else. And then when he was asked to step down and Bob Iger took over, he said, "Let's re-engage in talks," and they brought him back in. Their Marvel purchase, everything. I mean, Disney, as you know it as a company right now, is because Bob Iger was in charge. And I don't know the internals. I don't know. I mean, he seems like he's a pretty good CEO.
I mean, when you're making that much money, you could be the
you're
worst
making-
person ever.
Yeah, you're making good,
Well, your shareholders are rich now.
Yeah.
The people who actually own your company are very rich.
Yeah.
Because
And he still
you're-
introduces all the new stuff, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
He comes walking out on stage. But
Well, Michael Eisner also looked like just like someone you wouldn't want to see at a Disney theme park.
bring money.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they don't want. It looks like they don't want anyone from Fox to head that division.
Oh, okay.
They don't want anybody involved from Fox to be in the management team for Disney, which is something
that probably could be something that Fox themselves could look at and say, no, we're.
If we're going strictly off movies, I agree.
Well, Fox makes money off their movies, though.
It's true, but they make poor
good-
decisions.
What?
They make
Yes,
poor
they have, but Logan was theirs. Deadpool is theirs.
But Disney doesn't really make flops. And
Not
when
really,
when
no.
they do, a ton of people get fired. Remember John Carter?
Yeah.
That was a huge. I mean, they shot down an entire. They made their money back through cutting off people's salaries.
Full disclosure, I actually like that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, it may be a good
it's
movie,
not-
but nobody went and saw it. That's the
Well,
problem.
of course, it's not. I don't think I would have paid to see it.
It
It's
barely
not
made as
amazing.
much as it took to. It barely made its budget.
It's not
back.
like a great film, but it's very. You can definitely tell it's an action film that Disney did.
Yeah.
The effects are cool, like the fact that he can he has superpowers because he's on Mars.
Right.
Because
gravity's different.
that still doesn't make any sense, but okay.
I mean, that's why though.
I know, but that doesn't make sense, even in terms of whatever.
Right. Anyways, this is the Trailer Park. We talk about movie trailers, and we start with Mike, who picks out his feature trailer of the week.
This
He
week
puts a
it's
lot of research
little,
into it.
I do. I mean, I've been meaning to see this one.
It's true.
And it is in a sense superhero related.
We both picked ours 20 minutes ago.
We tend to do that.
I don't know how long this video currently is, but
It's called The New Mutants, and it's going to be in it's going to be a Marvel film from Fox, obviously, because it's X-Men
that's who
stuff.
owns X-Men, yeah.
The word mutant is owned by Fox and
Yep.
soon to be owned by Disney if that goes through. But this is going to be a horror movie.
Which I'm excited for.
It just seems odd that you're going to have a horror movie.
See, I don't think that you need to make everything accessible.
No,
Especially
but-
to make it good or
No,
even
but
successful.
It just seems odd that you would take a franchise like the X-Men and go from the X-Men to it legitimately is a horror movie. Like there's jump scares and I don't even know if we're going to see a lot of this mutant stuff because they're supposed to be. And these are people I've been waiting to see.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Is Maisie Williams in this?
Yes.
Okay.
She plays Wolf.
I haven't actually watched the trailer, but I saw the
She has short hair. She can turn into a wolf, basically.
Nice.
Her name is Wolfsbane. Let's see. You've got, for those of you who are in the know, there's Magic, Majik, who is Ilyana Rasputin. If that name sounds familiar, it should. That is Colossus' little sister.
Nice.
You've got Charlie Heaton, which I'm assuming, based on the trailer and everything, this is It's actually the kid from, like I said before, Stranger Things. Will's older brother.
Oh, yeah,
Jonathan.
yeah.
He's playing Cannonball, who's a cool mutant.
Yeah.
He can basically turn himself into, like, he can propel himself really fast, and he's invulnerable. Now, we've seen him before in X-Men Days of Future Past, Sunspot, the guy that could turn into flame. He's that's making a return.
Nice.
We've got Mirage. I'm not sure who that is. And starring, let's see, Alice Braga is the main, like the adult in the film. Looks like they're in like a asylum, a hospital, but you make it think. It seems like they're doing it to like keep them safe because young mutants are very dangerous. They don't know how to control their powers. But it also, and then it deteriorates into like them running around and like creepy things happening and things jumping out, and it looks good. I mean, I'll watch it. It's gonna be nice to see it in a different realm other than action.
The beauty of the X-Men is there are so many different stories that you can tell. You can tell a high throttle action, violent, rated R movie. You can tell a coming of age story. You can tell a almost what's his name, like a high school drama. John.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. The guy who did all the Brat Pack movies.
Yeah.
John Hughes.
There you go. You can do all those stories. You can do your classic superhero movies, and I'm glad that they're getting away from that. Like we don't need any more big budget looking superhero movies where the superheroes gain their abilities and fight the bad guy and win.
This looks like it has a low.
Tell some different story. Yeah,
obviously,
tell some different stories, and I think X-Men is the perfect property for that.
Oh yeah. Well, and heck, you could even take, and they're doing the next movie is Dark Phoenix in the main, which is gonna obviously be whatever. You could do Dark Phoenix as like a thriller.
Yeah.
Or even a supernatural film, because the Phoenix is an alien parasite, for lack of a better term, that lives inside of her and tries to take over. But you don't have to do that as like her fighting aliens, because a lot of it is like aliens come and they're trying to stop Phoenix because it's a hugely destructive force.
Right.
But you could do it as like you could even do that as a teen drama.
Sure.
Coming of age, all that stuff.
Which, I mean, it's going to be set in the 90s, so.
Well, X-Men Apocalypse is very much a teenager movie. There's all that. There's high school drama. There's,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm super excited for the next one.
There we go.
Right,
is that a full release movie or is that a streaming?
No, that's going to be in theaters.
Okay. I couldn't remember how that came out.
Release April 13th of next year.
Next year's going to be a long year of movies.
Yeah.
Mine is going a little different direction, as I usually do. Phantom Thread. I saw this, so we went and saw on Sunday 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri. That's the name of the movie, not
just
we didn't
billboards.
just go see 3 Billboards. And unfortunately, Nate is off for the night, out doing something, having some real fancy lobster dinner somewhere. So
yeah,
that's cool, I guess. You could be doing this though. But it'd just be me talking about it. Go see the movie. It's a fantastic movie. It's definitely going to be an Oscar movie. But before I got to see this trailer called Phantom Thread. It is a Daniel Day-Lewis movie, so very powerful drama, obviously, because that's what Daniel Day-Lewis is.
Who is Daniel Day-Lewis playing in this film?
I don't remember the name. It's not a. If it is a true story, it's just they just pulled a character and used.
I'm saying, like, what is he supposed to be in this?
So
film?
he
was that thing for 4 months. So
yeah, it's not turn of the century. I think it's close to like 50s, but it's or post-war. It is like New York in the high fashion.
Okay.
He is a designer, and he has a very structured life kind of thing. And he falls in love with this woman, but the woman is making his life fall apart kind of thing, all the structures that he puts together. Mm-hmm. So it led to a lot of really very calm moments in the trailer, to very explosive moments of him yelling. I didn't notice that it was Daniel Day-Lewis at first. Again, a very...
Well,
that was live. You saw that.
His face is so...
Yeah, I mean, he changes everything.
Oh, he's a chameleon.
He is an absolute method actor. He jumps into every role that he does. But it looked fantastic. I mean, it may be one of those that it might be one of those more talky dramas, but it looked very good. The trailer was very quiet. It was very well done. The visuals were beautiful for it to be so quiet. of him just talking to her and her saying something in another dress and all this kind of stuff, and then some explosive moment of just language was really, really cool. That is Phantom Thread.
Phantom Thread.
So we're gonna tie it off because we actually have to record another episode of this in just a couple minutes with a real quick discussion. So if anybody saw Wampa Slayer live this past Sunday,
Pretty lively one. A lot
it's
of
true.
comments on that.
And if you haven't seen it, every Sunday night at 8 o'clock, tune in to facebook.com/WampaSlayer.
Well,
most Sundays.
make sure. If you get alerts from us, you'll know exactly. What
It's true.
Sundays
Make sure
they
you
are.
turn on those live alerts. But the topic of discussion was your favorite holiday movie. It ended up going out into favorite. It's favorite Christmas movie. We expanded it to favorite holiday movie. We're talking about 8 Crazy Nights and.
That's a funny movie.
Yeah, and Plane Changed Automobiles was the Thanksgiving movie. And then we got into
Thanksgiving is a Thanksgiving
TV movie. It is. We got into favorite TV episodes and all that kind of stuff. Which, by the way, I'm glad that you're here now because nobody on this couch would talk to me about Bob's Burgers Christmas episodes
Which one?
or Thanksgiving episodes. All of them.
Oh, they're amazing.
They're they're
Okay,
so
first of all,
amazing.
the Thanksgiving ones are the best of
Yes.
and almost every single season. They're the best
Yeah.
ones. There's been a couple good Christmas ones. Christmas in the Car, I'm not a huge fan of.
No, the
But I
gym
like-
business thing was pretty good though. When he's drugging her sister through the snow.
that was
to get
that's
the
the
cab.
Thanksgiving one. The best is Turkey in the Can,
Yeah.
where Bob's sleepwalking and putting the turkey in the toilet. That one's great. And for Christmas, it's the one with Zach Galifianakis in it.
Yeah.
Before he was Mr.
The
Fisher's little brother.
the mannequin.
The mannequin.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love that episode. I love all of those.
Oh, yeah.
They're all great.
But of course, this sparked the debate, as every year, as all it always happens,
Yeah.
or at least since the internet has been around in the last 5-10 years. That's not how long the internet's been around, but that's how long the debate on the internet. Whatever. Die Hard, is it a Christmas movie? Is it not? Should it be included on your Christmas movie lists? Is also another thing that we talked about. My views on it were no, because it's not about Christmas. I also did make the comment that I hate it when somebody says, "What's your favorite Christmas movie?" Die Hard. It's not the question I asked. You just named Die Hard because you like to say that it's a Christmas movie, even though it's an action movie. Is Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie?
See, I don't like that. I don't. That's a false equivalency.
But they're the same thing. All right,
No,
so you
they're
go.
not,
So I
though.
say no. Now,
Now the
Counterpoint.
The point of Die Hard, if you remember this movie, he's trying
I've
to
never
get.
seen it.
Okay, so and so I think Nate brought it up. The reason why there's a party going on, it's a Christmas party.
Okay.
He's also trying to get home, to get back for Christmas,
See, I
but he
didn't know
gets
that.
stuck there, to have to fight.
Right.
Alan Rickman.
Hans Gruber and his Gruben.
It's Alan Rickman.
It's true.
It's Alan Rickman and Carl Winslow.
Yep.
But yeah, it's set during Christmas. That's
Right.
why it's such a. That's why there's so many people in that building at that late at night. Otherwise, that makes no sense.
See,
So
they
you've never actually seen Die Hard.
No, but the way you just explained it, so they explained it to me as they're having a Christmas party in the building, which I'm like, okay, like what does that mean? So, but the fact that I did not understand that he's stuck at the Christmas party trying to get home.
Yeah, I don't know what the building is. I can't remember, but he's trying to get home.
Yeah.
And I want to say even the second one is like I think the second one's kind of the same thing too, because there's a plane involved with that one. But he's trying to get home, and he can't because he gets stuck in the building too.
So is Lethal Weapon to you a Christmas movie?
Does it take place during Christmas or around Christmas?
Well, it's
or
a
anything?
Shane Black. Yeah, so yes.
But Christmas shows up, and it doesn't make it a Christmas movie.
But it takes place during Christmas.
That's not why I think Die Hard is just
right.
a Christmas movie.
So then Lethal Weapon, you say, is not a Christmas movie.
No, I would not say that. But
Now-
Die Hard, I say this. The argument could be made for. I'll just do this because I love these arguments. It could be made for both ways.
It's true.
Is it? Yeah. Is it a Christmas movie? Yes. Is it also not a Christmas movie? Absolutely. At its core, it's an action film.
It's true.
But it's
Very
set
action movie.
during Christmas.
Yeah.
Christmas is a theme in the film, but it's not about Christmas. And
See,
I don't
there
think
you
a
go.
Christmas
That
movie-
that's a better thing. Christmas is a theme in the film.
Right.
It doesn't have to be the theme, but it has
I
to be
think
a
someone
theme
brought
in
up
the movie.
Gremlins. The same thing.
Now, Gremlins, I would say yes as a Christmas movie myself because he bought Gizmo as a Christmas
Christmas
present for his kid.
Yeah, and then there's the whole thing with like the Christmas lights and they're crashing
Yeah.
through and there's Christmas trees.
That makes sense.
But,
That's a Christmas horror movie, or horror movie.
well, there's
but-
that one I wanted to watch that it was Bill Goldberg plays Santa. You know Bill Goldberg, the wrestler?
Yes.
He plays Santa in a movie,
Yeah.
but obviously he's ripped and he fights monsters. That's what he does.
Right. All right. Well, then that is a better argument than I received that day. So.
Well, yeah, because that's at its core, it's not a Christmas movie.
Right.
Because it's not about Christmas. It's like Christmas isn't the point of the movie. Whereas, have you ever heard of The Family Stone?
I have heard of that.
Now, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a Christmas film in the same sense because, well, it is in the sense that everyone's getting together for Christmas, but it's not about Christmas. Like, it's not about what it's about a family dynamic, and in the end, it's actually about two different people fall in love with two different people because that's just how that works out. But that one focuses on Christmas, but not
Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween or Christmas.
both. You can watch it at each time.
You can.
The
but
first half of the movie is Halloween.
if you had to categorize it,
I can't actually.
no? I say Christmas movie.
See,
It's about Christmas.
It's about Halloween though too.
No, Halloween is just the vehicle.
That's why I said you could watch it either way.
Oh yeah, you can definitely watch it.
Because half the movie is set in Halloween Town during Halloween and all that kind of stuff. The other part of the movie is the Christmas stuff. But it's all still goes back to Halloween.
But I gotta say, I think we both Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone, not a Christmas movie, right?
None of the Harry Potter movies are Christmas movies. They are all
Freeform.
I will say this: the first 3 of them though are very focused on. No, I'm sorry, all the way up to Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah, they all
There's Christmas stuff.
Well, because they very much stick to that.
Well, it's a school year.
Yeah, the school year idea.
But remember, there's a whole big thing in Order of the Phoenix when, after they rescue Arthur Weasley, they're literally sitting down to eat Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
And Santa's flying around
And
on the broom.
and that's the one scene. Oh, come on.
No, there's stuff in the first movies.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that's the one scene that they put on the Freeform channel is them setting up those Christmas trees. And I don't know why, over and over, they always. The reason that I'm leaning down here is I'm trying to start a theme song. And it's wanting to be real dumb. But yeah, it's always brought up. So, I mean, my view on that is also cynical as well. It's just the diehard thing of people saying, that's my Christmas movie. If it really is. If you grew up with that,
my
then
absolute favorite
fine.
Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
It's true.
Because it's flawless for me. That comedy is flawless.
It is a very, very good movie. Mine was Muppet Christmas.
Oh, yeah, you were Muppet. I've actually never seen that.
No, it's a very good movie.
I'm sure it is.
So it's very possible that there's this theme song playing underneath this if I add it in post. But if I forget to, imagine it. I have been Dave. And
I've been the Mike.
Oh, and you can find me on Twitter at TheAlien512.
I'm on Twitter at WSTheMikeSpeak.
Maybe next time that'll appear right here. That'd be real cool.
Right by the cat.
But you can follow both of us at Wampa Media for everything Wampa Slayer, or at Trailer Park Cast on Twitter, where we do little movie reviews, reposts, random stuff. We'll do that a little bit better. I think that's about it. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you guys have yourself a good week at the movies.